British artist Sue Blackwell brings to life images from fairy tales such as Cinderella and Snow White. Her sculptures tell a whole new fairy tale, a story in rather than on paper.
Working with paper, this continues to fascinate me. Every paper has a different quality and reacts to the hand in a different way. I like the fragility of the paper, but also the strength.
Sue Blackwell carves sculptures out of old books. Before she begins, she reads the book, seeking inspiration for her work. A single piece can take anything from 2 to 3 months. Making precision cuts with a scalpel demands intense concentration. Most of her source material is children's books and fairy tales. There's one book she's particularly smitten with.
Alice in Wonderland was one of my favourite stories as a child, and I remember just reading it and getting lost in the story. And for me it was an escape, somewhere more magical, and where I could just, lose myself.
The artist makes regular visits to London's second-hand bookshops. Sue Blackwell was born in the northern English city of Sheffield. She developed her passion for books while studying at the Royal College of Art in London. But it was only later, in 2003, that she discovered them as a medium for creativity. On a trip to Asia, she happened upon an old book that inspired her first sculpture.
I'm drawn to older books because they have a history, and often inside they have an inscription from who it was from and to whom, and the wear and tear on the books tell a story itself, and a different story to the story within the book.
Blackwell's book art is increasingly in demand, showing up in ad campaigns, magazines and shop windows. She's even designed a set for a stage play. Recently, she illustrated a book of children's fairy tales. Her works are frequently shown at the Long and Ryle Gallery in London, and they're a hit.
We have children who love it, led in by their mothers who love it even more. We get professional women, perhaps drawn back to something from their childhood. We get, women from China buying them, women from New York. I'm saying mainly women, but in fact, we get men love them as well. They seem to have a real sort of universal appeal.
A book sculpture by Sue Blackwell can cost up to €9,000. Director Tim Burton and his partner Helena Bonham Carter are among her fans and collectors. But Blackwell hasn't let that go to her head.
I don't want it to be didactic, so I'm happy for people to take away and to interpret how they see fit, and everybody kind of relates to it in different ways.
Sue Blackwell, an artist whose unique fairy tale landscapes cast a magic spell all their own.